sticks. Why? All right, hey, we're live, everybody. Welcome to the motherfucking show. Just doing a really dumb joke before we went live. That's why we do this. That's why we do this.
We put ourselves in moods, folks. We put ourselves in moods.
Yeah.
Stream Elements bot is running. That's the first time I've seen that.
Hey, all right. I guess Stream Elements finally carried over to YouTube. Thanks, bot.
What's this do for us?
I mean, it's profit. Pure profit.
So, what's the plan? Stream Elements bot running.
Profit.
Profit.
Do. What's up, everybody? And by everybody, I mean no one, because there's nobody here.
Stream Elements bot is here.
That's true. That's all you need is a Stream Elements bot. Ooh woo. Justin, you get that reference, right? The ooh woo.
Ooh wee. Is that Rick and Morty?
No.
No. Ooh woo.
Ooh woo.
Ooh, that sounds familiar now.
Ooh woo.
I don't.
Meaning.
Who is it? Yeah. What is it?
It's Urban Dictionary. Here we go. Hi, Zenny.
Oh. Zanny.
So according to Urban Dictionary, uwu means a texting emoticon used to show cuteness, but also is sin to the internet world. It is basically banned worldwide, never used in any circumstance unless you want to be attacked. And the example they say is person 1. Today's such a great day. Uwu. Person 2. Get him.
I don't think I've ever heard that before.
I think it's like an anime thing.
Okay. Well, then I definitely haven't heard it before.
Well, I think it's something like a cute anime girl, like ooh woo. And my favorite, one of my favorite, I think like compilations was it was a bunch of it's like, hey girls, show me your ooh woo, and they're like ooh woo, ooh woo, ooh woo, and then some guy's belching and goes ooh woo.
There are certain times where memes lose all meaning to me.
Yeah.
Like,
if I showed that to you, you can at least appreciate that, like, because there's girls trying to be cute.
Yes.
And, like, half a bit sexy, and then there's just a guy that you don't even see his face. He just says it and just does a horrific belch. It's pretty incredible. It's pretty incredible.
I would like that. I would understand it. But I feel like, do you have that where there's certain memes where you just look, you're like, man, this is really deep in the paint here. Like, you got to be into this subject to really understand what's going on.
I feel like
nonsense.
It depends on like the category. Like if you do some Pokemon stuff, I'm not going to get it. I'm just not going to get any of the deep cuts in it. But I wish I knew less about most of them because I understand most of them, or at least the ones that come my way. I'm like, oh, I get that. Kind of wish I didn't, you know? I don't know. Because there's so many things that, like, I don't know, within, you know, I guess the gaming community and things like that, stuff will sort of come down the pipeline, and I'm like, oh, I guess I see it enough that I eventually figure it out, or someone explains it to me. But yeah.
I'm just texting Beth to ask her if she can switch the air back on because it's getting warm in here.
Yeah.
It's
too warm. Hey Justin, guess who did a chest workout yesterday?
Is it Bouncing Peck Guy? Oh, yeah, it is. That's impressive. See, are you actually bouncing them, or are your thumbs just below?
I have to kind of, like, I'll do this.
Very nice. See, this is how you know you're getting stronger.
I mean, I could do that when I was fat, too. So, I mean, you know.
Right, but it hits different.
It does.
You know what I mean? Like,
sure does.
Yeah.
Let's do some double bass from Slipknot. I can't really do that well. That's about the most I can do for a hot second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you wish you knew less about some of the nerdier memes.
Yeah. Someone come my way. I'm like, now that's in my brain.
Yeah.
Which takes up, you know, important space for like your birthday. We should start recording. I feel like we're already getting started. So I think let's do this. And we are recording. And here we go in 3, 2, 1. everybody. Welcome to Mind Gap Podcast. I'm Doug.
I'm Justin.
And once again, thrilled you're here.
Oh.
Thrilled you are here with us, hanging out, being cool, getting ready to have your mind blown. And who knows, maybe get a little bit of goosebumps.
Little goosey bumps?
Little goosey bumps, right?
Wow. What's the other word for goosebumps? Some people,
Goose flesh.
Goose flesh. I've heard goose pimples. Yeah. I've heard. I don't understand. No, it's goosebumps. Anyone who says otherwise is just wrong.
Yeah, goose flesh just sounds like you're a witch making, a witch's brew.
Right.
Give me the goose flesh and the toad's eye.
Or you're at a medieval cookout and you're like, save me some goose flesh.
Yeah, right. And then
saveth me some flesh of goose.
Goose pimples just makes it seem like a horrible breakout, and you're gonna pop every single one of those pimples. Just pop,
it's like
pop,
monkey
pop, pop.
pox.
Goose AIDS. There we go, Seth. Thank you.
There you go. All right.
The old goose AIDS. Yeah.
A horrible epidemic in the goose community.
It's like, oh, everyone, stop! What is it? I just got goose AIDS. I'm terrified.
Everyone, stop fucking geese.
No, it's those things that I got down the back of my spine. Goose AIDS. You're like, what?
What?
You mean goosebumps? No, goose AIDS.
Oh, I wish they were goosebumps.
Yeah, it's way worse.
I wish. At least there's a topical salve you can put on goosebumps.
You're watching Stranger Things. You're like, Will, man, did you see those goose AIDS? He gets them all the time. Poor bastard.
An interesting start to the show.
It is, guys. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun
We're
tonight.
there.
Lots to talk about. Probably won't get to all of it. That's fine.
No.
We'll just put it on paper, save it for later. Anyone who knows what that's from, bonus points. Anyway, let's talk about housekeeping. Shut up, Justin. Let's talk about housekeeping. Hey! First of all, I want to say thank you to each and every person who has subscribed to us, because we finally hit the 200 subscriber mark. Here! Seriously, thank you. It's awesome. It's been just an unofficial milestone. It's a round number. We were looking forward to hitting it, and we finally did. So thank you to everyone.
It's a 2 with 2 goose eggs behind it.
That's right. Goose eggs.
Eggs. I said eggs.
Filled with who knows what.
Who knows?
But we appreciate that. We appreciate the support. We appreciate the likes, the comments, all that sort of stuff. It means the world. Thank you, Noah. Happy 200. GG. And again, if you'd like to support us, just, check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/mindgappodcast. Hit the subscribe button. If you're watching our stuff there, hit the like button. It's free, and it helps us so much. And you drop a comment down in the comment section. Help with the algorithm. Just tell us something that you like, something that we said that was stupid, whatever, like the engagement. That means a lot to us. We appreciate you. And if you'd like to support us in other ways with your hard-earned money, you can check us out at patreon.com/mindgappodcast. You can subscribe there, or you can check out our merch at redbubble.com. Just type in Mind Gap Podcast in the search bar and find yourself something great. And if you are a Patreon subscriber, you can be one of the cool people. You subscribe that we get to call out your name. People like Tom McIntyre, Richie Armour, Zinni, Slotty Barfast, and, of course, Almighty Crit. So thank you to all of you wonderful supporters. And if you'd like to get to know the community more and hang out with us, head down to the description down below on the YouTube channel. You'll find a link to our Discord, where you can come in there and hang out, chat with us, get to know us, get to talk with us. We're setting up game nights, which is pretty exciting. We got some fun stuff coming down the pipeline. And don't forget that we live stream these podcasts on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Central. And I also host a video game live stream on Saturdays at 8 p.m. Central. This Saturday, July 30th, is going to be another round of Ultimate Chicken Horse.
My favorite game.
Which was horrible the first time for me, better the second time, and I'm actually looking forward to it on the third time. Essentially, you get to build your own nightmare platform course, and if everyone gets through, no one gets any points. If no one gets through, no one gets any points. You got to find that perfect balance. If it's difficult enough that one or two people can get through, and just but easy enough that it's not impossible. So
why was it so bad for you the first time?
I suck at those games. I'm no good, and they stress me out. And people get to swap in and out, but I can't. I have to stay in there for the full stream because I'm the one hosting it. So it was pretty brutal for me being like, ah! But it's been a lot of fun. And, playing with cool people like Noah and Tint, Slotty, Eric, and whoever else, shows up, it's always a treat because there's always someone that does something real crazy. Someone will put some horror. We're like, oh, this is too easy. Let's see how hard we can make it. I'm like, please don't do that. And then it just turns into a shit show. So
see, this feels like a game that I would really like to get down on.
Oh, this would be a classic. Justin just, has fun ruining the world, like
just a Justin fuck around.
Yeah.
Classic Justin fuck around.
I'd argue that
that would be just wonderful.
Noah is really good at it. So is Alpaca. Like the Noah is a very good platformer. So much respect to him. He's consistently pretty good at that game. So it's pretty wild.
Well, again, once I build out that editing PC, that also may serve as a gaming PC. Things might change. So
yeah, man.
Keep them fingers crossed that I get a house so I can get that PC.
I'm telling you, like when we can find, because there's certain games, obviously, I'm like, that's not going to be for Justin. But there will be other games where I'm like, we should get Justin involved with this because I think he's really, really, really going to enjoy it. So I think it'll be right up your alley.
Up your alley.
Hey, you better watch it. Kiss your mother with that mouth on the lips.
I'm just saying.
Just saying.
Aya Sauron right there.
Yeah. He's watching all the time.
Always watching.
You always know when he's angry.
Yep.
He lets the world know.
He says, "You shall." I've only seen this once.
It's so forceful. It's so forceful. It's like the thing is like we've all done them too. That's the thing.
Yep.
You know what? I want to digress for a second here. I want to talk about farts. I want to talk about something we never talked about before.
Doug, please. I feel like we've kept it pretty classy the last few weeks. So I feel like we need a segment where Doug and Justin talk farts.
Listen, Jill and I eat pretty much the same food, but she doesn't fart like I do. Why? Why is that?
That's a great question.
Why? I mean, I don't get it. I mean, our diets are very, very similar, and yet still, like, she doesn't even remotely have the amount of gas that I do. It's brutal.
Do you think it's because, I mean, she doesn't work out nearly as much as you, right?
No.
So do you think it's that? Like, do you think your system is pushing things through?
I think it's just because I'm a dude. Like, Jill and I talked about that on a walk one day where I was just like, why is it that I fart way more than you? And she's like, I don't know. I go, have you ever known a woman?
Talk about on walks?
Hey, we have a lot of cool talks on walks.
Oh, wait, let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Does she eat the same snacks that you do?
No.
Bingo. And when you eat a lot of protein-based snacks.
I do.
I think that's it.
Well, here's the thing. I've also always farted this way. So, I mean.
Yes, but prior to these protein-based snacks, you ate like dog shit.
It's true. I really did.
You didn't eat dog shit. I want to be very clear about that.
But yeah, it was understood why I had just massive amounts of regular diarrhea and why like my farts were brutal. It's like, oh yeah, I just ate an entire pan of macaroni and cheese. Like, of course, it's not gonna. My body's gonna be like, we've got a problem. We got an emergency event. Let's do this. Like, get it out of here.
I just ate all the dairy.
Yeah, I ate all the dairy and all the carbs. So, let it loose. Seth goes, I think it's gut chemistry. I think you're right. My gut chemistry is a lot different than hers, for sure. So, hey, thanks for sticking with us for 200 subs. This is what you get when you.
We've been doing this for 7 years, folks. We're not.
That's right, man.
We're not running out of steam.
Oh, Jill. Hey, welcome to the chat, Jill. On Doug's health journey, farts are the same. Poop consistency has improved. That is true. That is true. Thank you, Jill.
You heard it here, folks.
You heard it here.
You heard it here.
It's true. Jill, thanks for your support. Thanks for putting up with me. It's, we've been married.
I'd like to see if Jill can weigh in on this.
On what? My farts?
Chat. Yeah, no, just why you fart more than she does.
I think it's just because I'm a dude. I think that's what it is. I asked her on a walk. I said, hey, have you ever met a female that farts as much as I do? She's like, no, absolutely not. Like, there's just no way. It's just, it doesn't happen. So, because also like the ferocity at which it happens too is something that I don't think, I've seen TikToks of ladies letting them loose, and the guys being like, oh, so I'm like, all right, they do exist out there, but
So you talking about when you say ferocity, like it's just like the intensity that it comes firing out.
Pick one of those farts on the fart soundboard, Justin.
I want to do a Doug fart.
You can't prove that's me, but yeah, I mean,
it's labeled Doug fart. I can prove that.
You can label whatever you want.
This one's labeled
machine.
I don't know why that one got me. That's like, I was not expecting it, and that's for some reason.
Machines always get you. I don't know. It's a good one.
It's just such a weird, like, quote out of context.
Right.
The way that Lawrence Fishburne delivers it too is just so machines.
Yeah.
That's. Thanks for the update and the Diary of the Wimpy Bowel. You're welcome, Tint. I'd say this is a powerful bowel, sir. Powerful. Only the best goes into this, including. Uh-oh. Why am I hearing an echo?
What?
Here we go again.
This is the time to pull out the machines quote.
Oh, man.
We got a fart echo going on? What's happening? Are you hearing an echo in this?
I'm hearing my voice echo on my end.
Yeah, well.
And I don't know why.
Power through it, Doug. Power through it.
Oh, this is going to be horrible to listen to.
Is it like a half a second delay, full second? Is it like a millisecond?
It's like it's pretty.
It's enough to make you.
I don't know why I'm hearing it, and you're not.
Nope. I can see you struggling through it though, so it has to be significant enough.
And it's just out of nowhere.
We hear Doug echo.
Of course you do. Here's what's crazy. I'm going to mute my mic on my end.
And you're still going to hear it come through.
Okay.
You can hear me.
I can hear you.
But you can?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can.
Is there an echo?
No, but I've never had an echo. So, stream. Is there currently an echo? We have to wait for it to catch up. This goddamn delay. I don't know why they have us in a 7-second delay.
Because that's the way I put it.
Why?
That's what you have to do.
Why?
This is so dumb.
In case we say shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, and tits. That's it.
I put too much. All right.
No one's answering.
Dead. I'll be right back. And good. Sounds like I know because you're hearing the echo.
So wait, are we stopping the stream?
No, we're just cool. Cool. I'll be right back.
All right. Uh-oh. Shh. Everyone, be cool. He's back. What? Yeah.
I think I'm good. I just had to restart Video Ninja.
Okay.
This is what you call professional broadcasting, motherfuckers.
Absolutely.
All right, whatever. I stayed calm. That's the only thing that matters. Anyway.
Very proud of you for not rage quitting.
Thank you. I prefer not to rage quit.
No F4s up in this bitch.
No, not today. Not ever. Can't hear you now, Justin. What?
Oh, no. All right. I'll be right back.
Okay. So, gang, how is it out there? How is it, putting on the Ritz? You guys remember that song? That was a hit song in like the 80s. I don't even know what it means to put on the Ritz. It sounds like, hey, Justin's back.
And can you hear me?
I can hear you, but the question is, can America hear you?
Here. Yep. Okay.
You're coming through on my end.
Let's find out.
Yeah, you're good now. Good.
I think he was saying that to you.
I don't know. Anyway.
This massive delay on this.
It's all good. It's all good.
Okay.
It's all good. It's all good. Say it with me. It's all good.
It's all.
No.
No. What?
Can't hear you, apparently.
Can't. But when you restarted it, is there some sort of input that you have to set for guests to come in?
Nope. Because I hear you just fine.
Cool.
And I don't know why they can't hear you, because your audio is picking up on my end.
Is the audio being recorded?
Yes.
Well, if it's not going to the stream, it won't ever be on YouTube.
Correct.
Okay.
But I'm also recording it, and it's showing up here. Like on my end, it's registering.
It is registering. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well. It's going to be a real weird stream. I had a 20-second stream delay for some reason. Okay.
Well, I'm going to say we sally forth.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's going to be a real weird stream if
it's going to be great. You're going to hear a lot of Doug.
Just to hit cut out while Doug was gone. But yeah. Oh,
awesome.
Okay.
Cool. Good to know.
Woo! All right.
Woo, woo, woo. Woo, woo, woo,
woo. Here we go.
All right. So, first thing on our list for this week, which I think which is farts, and we've covered that in great detail. I think we should just jump right into it, because this was like the talk of the town over the weekend was the San Diego Comic-Con. Like that was
definitely the talk of the town called San Diego.
Yeah, it was wild and crazy. And I gotta say, it was kind of nice, because I feel like the last couple of years, obviously with the pandemic, either it was just straight up canceled, or I didn't feel like a whole ton of news came out of there, or maybe I just don't remember. It could be any one of those things. Who knows?
Well, this is the first year that they held it back, like full force back in person, I think.
Gotcha.
So this was because I was talking to Drew, and he said that I was like, how is it bonkers down there? And he goes, no, but it will be, because this is the first time in 2 or 3 years that I guess 2 years that they're having it back full open live in person. And so I think people were just nerds were itching to get back in there.
Yeah, I agree. I think people were definitely ready to make it happen. And I'm glad. And it seemed like a lot of entertainment industry was, ready to rock and roll with it too. Like they brought the thunder.
I was just going to say they brought the thunder. Absolutely. Shazam.
Because I think all the Marvel updates seemed pretty extensive. Like here's our 3-year plan. Here's our 4-year plan. And I was like, oh, it's kind of weird. We're just now hearing about most of this,
I have a theory. It's an unfounded theory, but I have a theory that because after they ended phase 3 and they went into what they're calling phase 4, it didn't feel like there was a direction. And I'm wondering if they truly were still trying to figure out. It doesn't seem like Marvel. Like I feel like they plan way ahead, but it just felt like as we went through this phase, everything that they've been releasing, sure, some of it was interconnected and it harkened back to previous movies and stuff, but it just didn't feel like they had a solidified direction that they were going. I'm wondering if they were delayed on that, and now they have that, and they rolled it out.
Well, it seems like a lot of what we've seen so far from this has been exploratory. Like we're getting introduced to some of it's like, hey, what's going on with the new Captain America? Some of it's like, hey, we're laying the groundwork for one of the big bads, Kang the Conqueror and Loki. Some of it is introducing ourselves to brand new characters and things of that nature, like Ms. Marvel. So a lot of it has been very introductory, exploratory, which I think for me has been a bit of a drag. Yeah. I mean, let's be honest, it's hard to go from Endgame, into, and there's no disrespect, but it's hard to go from that to Ms. Marvel, or one of those shows where you're like,
even Hawkeye,
yeah, absolutely.
Like even some of the more established characters, it was hard to those. Like we had talked about, Hawkeye was okay.
Mm-hmm. It was fine.
But it didn't. When you come off of something like Endgame, that's just you shot your shot in that one.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of everything so far that I've seen has been okay. I think obviously the strongest has been Spider-Man: No Way Home. That one phenomenal, amazing. Balls. Which reminds me. We watched that for family movie night last Friday, and this is like the second time I think we've watched it as a family. And at the end credits, there's Venom.
Second time you've watched this one?
Mm-hmm.
No Way Home? Okay.
Yeah, as a family, all of us. And so I think it's the second time Natalie's watched it. So we got to the end credit sequence, and she sees Tom Hardy's Venom, and she has no context for who he is or what he's doing there. And so like I'm trying to explain to her like what that voice is and what the black goo is. She's like, "What is that?" I was like, "Oh, that's actually an alien like life form. It's like a parasite that attaches itself, a symbiote, if you will." And she's like, "Oh," I go, "Yeah, actually he has his own movie." She's like, "Really?" I was like, "Do you want to see the teaser for it?" And I showed her the teaser. She's like, "I want to watch that." I'm like, "You do?" I'm like, "Well."
That's an intense teaser trailer.
She was like, "I want to watch it." I was like, "Are you sure?" She's like, "Yeah." And there's nowhere to stream it, so I refused to buy it. So
rightfully so.
The next night on Saturday, we rented it. And we watched it, and she thoroughly enjoyed it. And I got to say, upon rewatching it, not as bad as I remember, but still a mess. But I think what I said before still stands. There's a good movie in there somewhere.
Right.
And Tom Hardy, God bless him. It's like no one told him that he was in a bad movie. He just put that movie on his back, and he's like, "Follow me, gang. We're all in on this." And he just, forges...
God bless Tom Hardy. He gives his all, no matter what the project is.
Yeah.
He sits. He goes hard. He goes hard. Yeah.
So she thoroughly enjoyed that, and then we started watching The Amazing Spider-Man, which is the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. So that was kind of fun.
Have any problems with Venom? I mean, because I know there are. I would say if and I know nothing of kids, but I would say for a 7-year-old, there are some very intense scenes in that movie.
Yeah, I think when you first see Venom in the reflection of a car window, she got a little spooked by that, and there were some things. It's funny because she was laughing at weird times because the voice caught her off guard, and she found it very silly, like the voice and what it was saying. But there were times where she was getting kind of spooked. I'm like, this is not the time to get spooked. Like that'll come in a few minutes. Like,
so hold it together. Hold it together, Matt. Yeah.
So she enjoyed it though. She didn't get too scared. But there's a couple times where she's like, "I'm scared, but I'm gonna be brave." I'm like, "All right," or just come snuggle next to me and we'll be fine. Like we'll get through it.
Trooper, man.
Yeah,
she's the best.
She's hilarious.
Completely side note. You said you rented that. I have found a weird. It's just a psychological thing with myself, and it's again makes no sense because I used to go. I had no trouble going to Family Video and renting a movie or renting a couple movies for the weekend. When it comes to renting movies on like Apple TV or streaming service, I have such pause in doing that. Do you feel the same? And I was thinking about it the other day. I'm like, why do I have trouble spending $3 to $5 here when I had no trouble going and spending $5 to rent a movie at Family Video back in the day?
It's a great question. This is the first movie I've ever rented. I've never rented a movie before. And I have the same thing as I have zero interest in renting movies. Like, I mean, I know Apple does like 99-cent rentals. And I think there's some situations now that I think about it that I would probably take advantage of that.
Okay.
Because there's some movies I want to check out, but I don't know if I want to buy them.
Sure.
Because they, like every week, Apple Movies has just tons of shit on sale. And there's some movies I see and I'm like, I really want to watch that, but I don't feel comfortable buying it because I just don't know if I want that in my collection. So I think I take advantage of that there. But I think that the other issue is that there's so much available to stream that you've already paid for that to me it seems like, wait, you're asking me to spend an entire almost a month's or a third of a subscription on one movie when I can just go through and find something else to watch that's included somewhere. Like, I don't know, but it's in this situation. It's like Natalie really wants to watch it. I'm like, I'm not fucking buying this movie, but I will pay $5 and we can watch it. That's fine,
Sony, specifically with the Spider-Man and Venom franchises, has been notoriously weird about. Like, they don't let it on any streaming service. I think Stars is the only one it's on, and who the fuck has a subscription to Stars?
Yeah, nobody.
It's so I mean, you're forced to rent that, but I think you're right in that maybe that is what it is. Because we've been conditioned to just have literally hundreds of thousands of titles at our fingertips for appears to us to be free
Yeah.
because we're paying for a monthly subscription, and we don't have to go in and click I agree to this. You just go in, you're like, it's there.
Exactly.
And so I think it has changed psychologically changed the way that people consume. Because I mean, yeah, again, I had no problem with 2-3 movies a weekend, and I would spend $10-$15.
Yeah,
it was nothing.
And back then, it's like a lot of people didn't necessarily have HBO or Showtime or anything like that. So the only way to really see this stuff, especially like after it hit the theaters, and you're like, oh, sweet, it's available at Blockbuster or whatever. You can go and watch that movie.
That 90-day window.
Exactly, that just came out. Yeah, for sure.
That's interesting. Okay. Anyway, but back to Marvel.
Marvel released their slate of films and series, and it is daunting, to say the least. I don't want to read them all word by word, but is there anything that stood out to you that you are excited about?
Well, what I found interesting was that this 3-part phase is known as the Multiverse Saga. So we had the Infinity Saga was 1, 2, and 3. 4, 5, and 6 is going to be the Multiverse Saga. Obviously, there's no surprise there because we've been teeing up the multiverse for a while now. So things that I'm excited for, I'm excited for Guardians 3.
Yes.
Just because I feel like they haven't missed. 1 and 2 were hits. I liked them a lot. So I think 3 I'm assuming is going to follow suit. Black Panther, and honestly, I'm very, very excited to see what Mahershala Ali does with Blade.
Same.
I'm very interested on that one. Real
quick, the Black Panther teaser was holy shit. That's how you do a teaser, man.
I got goosebumps at the end of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see it. I don't know if that was actually in the episode or was that pre-roll.
I think
if you're listening to this and that doesn't make sense, go to YouTube and watch the whole stream.
Watch the live stream.
It'll make sense.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got goosebumps at the end of that one. As soon as that was done, I'm like, oh shit, this could be fun. Yeah.
It was nice to get that feeling again of oh man, I can't wait till that. And the thing is, I watched the teaser, I don't want to see anything else. I'm good. I need no other trailers.
Yeah,
I'm sold. I'm there. See you in November.
Beth said to me after we watched it, she goes, I don't know what it's about though, and I'm like, that's what excites me. Is it gave me enough to give me the goosebumps, and then I know that we've got an introduction to 2 new characters, Namor and Ironheart, and now I'm like, cool. So we're introducing 2 new people. I have no idea who's playing the actual Black Panther, who's picking that mantle up. We see that there's some big conflicts. The Queen she got her back against the wall. There's a lot. You can tell the tensions there. Who fucking knows?
Great use of music. Excellent use of music.
God, yes.
On the polar opposite end of things, terrible use of music, in my opinion, was the Dungeons and Dragons trailer. I hated the song that they used. It was too contemporary for what they were doing.
What was was it Led Zeppelin?
Probably. I don't know that era of music too well.
I watched it, and I guess I didn't clock what song they used.
Let me see if I can find it. Whole Lot of Love by Led Zeppelin.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it didn't fit at all. I understand they're trying to go for a silly tone, sort of situation, but I was like, you could have done original soundtrack or found something else that would have, I think, fit way better than that. To me, it clashed way too much with it. And I don't know, for some reason, I can handle, if done well, contemporary music with, juxtaposed with sort of a fantasy setting, but it was a big turnoff for me.
When Thor used Led Zeppelin, I can't remember what it was. It was
the Immigrant Song.
Yes, Immigrant Song. That was used very well, and because thematically, Hammer of the Gods, the lyrics fit with what was being said, and it was just done really well. But with this, I messaged you and Seth as soon as I watched that, and I said, because I'm still an extreme noob when it comes to D&D, and I messaged you guys and I was like, is this good? Because I don't know. I need 2 people who know D&D to weigh in on this. Should I like this or should I not like this? And you guys go, It could go either way, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's
beautiful mess.
I gotta say, the nerds, of course, did not disappoint in being pissed off about something. And let me break it down for you, Justin. Let me break it down.
Please, yeah.
So there's a moment.
One big thing?
There was one thing in particular that like sort of like stood out to everyone, and this is classic nerds and specifically D&D nerds. There's been some great jokes about it too, because in Dungeons and Dragons, like you only have a certain amount of like spell slots. Like there's only a certain amount of spells you can cast a day.
Yeah.
And they're like, what's going to be great is when they use their last spell slot and then they can't use spells anymore because they have to wait and take a long rest. Like just, stupid shit like that, which was pretty funny. But the big contention that rose out of that was there's a druid in there. It's the redhead who was also an it.
Yeah.
So at one point she shapeshifts into an owlbear.
Yes. And
right?
they call it out specifically.
Yeah, they're like, that's an owlbear. People are like, technically, according to the rules, the owlbear is a monstrosity. It's not actually an animal. So technically, druids aren't able to shapeshift into an owlbear. And I was just like, guys, fuck yourselves. Just fuck yourselves. Take 3 fingers, shove them right up your ass, and spread them. Because that's just... Get over yourself.
Let me ask this: do you think that was? Let's play devil's advocate for just a second. Was that an unnecessary oversight by the filmmakers? If they were trying to pay homage to Dungeons and Dragons and that lore and that culture, is that something that they should have gotten right? Is that a small detail that they should have gotten?
That's some nitpicky shit. Because listen, D&D's full of nitpicky shit. That people argue over nitpicky shit all the time. Because here's what I think also the universal truth is. I saw most of the people say, hey, listen, as a druid, you can't shapeshift into an owl. But if I was the DM, I'd let you fucking do it because it's cool.
I love it. Okay, so that's,
It's a bunch of horse shit. I was like, guys, are we really going to take D&D 5th edition rules and apply it to a fucking movie? Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Be like, technically you can't do that. It's like, eat shit. Fuck you. Just don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
They did it because it's cool, right?
Yeah.
And they think it's going to give people a boner to see an owlbear. Owlbears are pretty amazing creatures in that game. And it's just relax.
Yeah.
Relax.
Is your worry that what was the one that you were super excited about and just it biffed at the bottom? Was it Warhammer?
Oh, Warcraft.
Warcraft, that's what it was. Yeah. Are you afraid that this is going to follow the same suit?
Listen, they've made Dungeons and Dragons movies before, and they've just been ass. So this seems like it'll be a lot of fun if you like Dungeons and Dragons. There'll probably be a lot of inside jokes. It seems like they put a lot of that shit in the trailer. For example, there's a fake treasure chest in there. It's called a mimic that tries to attack somebody. That's a huge thing in that universe.
Okay.
I think people will be pretty excited just to see. I mean, you've got your barbarian, you've got your paladin, you've got your rogue, you've got your druid. You've got all these, classes that people can play. You see magic being used. There's a dragon. There's all sorts of stuff. Plus, it's also. It's not necessarily your super heroic characters. It's a bunch of thieves, who are stealing shit. We're trying to make things right. It's a classic thing with that. And honestly, am I super excited for it? No, but I'll totally check it out when it comes out on streaming. I'll be like, why not? I'll watch it.
Will you rent it?
No, I won't rent it. No,
you'll wait.
I'll wait.
Okay.
I'll wait and watch it. So,
but back to Marvel.
So back to Marvel.
So those are the ones that I'm. And then outside of those, Ironheart, just because I love the lore of just Iron Man and that whole saga. Interested to see what they do with the next Avengers too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
how do you bring all of it together? And who the fuck are our Avengers going to be at this point?
Well, I mean, also you're gonna because there's so much being explored in the next 3 years. There's 3-4 years. That it'll be real fun to see what, because again, so much introduction in this phase. You've had Spider-Man, No Way Home. You've had Thor, Ragnarok, not Ragnarok. Jesus, you've had Doctor Strange. You've had then the series. WandaVision, Captain America, Winter Soldier, Loki, Hawkeye, Miss Marvel. I think I've forgotten one. But I mean, there's been so much just exploring, in a lot of ways that it's feeling kind of exhausting. Like there hasn't really been. There's only been a handful of things that I've been pumped for. Yeah. The other ones have almost kind of felt like homework. They've kind of felt like I got to sit down and watch this, and they've been fine. Yeah. I don't think there's anything that I've been like, man, fuck that shit. I mean, I've been disappointed in a couple of things. I really wanted to like Miss Marvel, but it just the story was a real mess for me, and I couldn't. I was like, I mean, I love the acting, and I was like, I appreciated the style of it and the tone. It was great, but it just seemed like a real mess. And then a little disappointed in Thor: Love and Thunder. A little disappointed in Doctor Strange. Moon Knight started out great, and I feel like it ended weak. It was kind of that was the one I was forgetting because I found it a little bit forgettable. But Oscar Isaac was great. Like, there's just some things where I don't know. I feel like we're missing the mark because also if you think about this, I mean, a full 3-minute trailer came out for the new Amazon Prime Lord of the Rings show, and I gotta say, looks like they spent $25 million an episode. I'll give them that much. That shit looks good. Looks real good.
And when you pair that up against She-Hulk Attorney at Law,
or again, I don't want to dump on some of this stuff, but because I'm not expecting them to spend. I mean, I don't know what I'm expecting them to spend, but I mean, I don't necessarily expect them to spend $300 million on a 6-episode show. Like, that's absurd.
Nor should they. Like, my feelings on that, the ballooning cost of production. I absolutely don't think they should either. But when you've got, I don't know, there are some special effects that you can overlook, and there are some special effects that are just egregiously horrendous. Yeah. And you're like, my God, a college student could have. I think once the She-Hulk Attorney at Law, the first trailer came out, and there was someone, Twitter was ablaze, and there was a few people who were just like, hi, graphic artist here, or SFX artist here, and they're just like, Disney, we're begging you, give us time to do our jobs. Don't rush these projects out because this is what you get. Yeah. So they were VFX artists calling out, just like, this is an example of a studio who rushed the people working on the show to get the show out to meet a certain deadline, and this is the kind of garbage you get. And there are some really, and again, the show might be good. I'm not going to shit on the content of the show. What I'm saying is that the look of the show, the aesthetic, man, I don't know. I don't have a good feeling going into it. We'll say that. Yeah,
it's funny because I thought it was interesting that James Gunn didn't release the Guardians 3 trailer to the internet. He only showed it at the Comic-Con because he said the visual effects weren't ready for repeat watching, I think is what his quote was. So he's like, sense. We got to wait. So... And I also just literally read an article before we hopped on here that said that a lot of the visual effects people for Marvel are just getting burnt out. They're working just like 64-hour weeks, just insane amount of time, just like, just getting work to the bone to get this stuff out.
What I talked about this is that, prior to Disney Plus, in phase 1, 2, and 3, you got 3 movies a year, and you were thrilled. You were so fucking excited. You were salivating. And then Disney Plus came out. Now you get 3 movies a year plus maybe 3 to 4, 5 streaming series, and you've got you got double-digit hours of watch time, which equates to hundreds, thousands of hours of production time. Yeah, and that's like, you can only hire so many people.
Yeah. So again, there's a couple, like, for me, I'm looking forward to the Ant-Man and the Ant-Man and Wasp: Quantumania. I'm very much looking forward to that because I'll be curious to see how that works in with Kang the Conqueror. Mm-hmm. Same thing with the other two that you said. Blade, I'm interested in. I'm very interested in Daredevil. I fucking love Daredevil, man. I love Charlie Cox as Daredevil. I got so giddy when he showed up in Spider-Man No Way Home. I was like, nice, now we're talking. I'll be curious about Captain America New World Order.
Daredevil's is supposed to be joining She-Hulk as well in her series.
Oh really? I didn't know that. Okay, nice. Thunderbolts, no idea what that is. So
I don't know what Thunderbolts was. I was hoping that you might have some intel on that.
There's too much stuff. This is the thing that sucks right now is I have to research so much nowadays, like of what's what, because I'm like, I I don't know, because it's one thing like when I watched a movie and then there was an end credit sequence. I'm like, all right, great. Now I gotta read up on this. And nowadays it's just every day there's something new, and I'm like, I don't know, man. I'll get there when I get there.
So real quick, Thunderbolts are a fictional anti-hero team. The team consists mostly of reformed supervillains. So this is their answer to the Suicide Squad.
I think it's going to be in Captain America and the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's going to be the guy who was originally Captain America. It's probably going to be on the Thunderbolts.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. I think that's what because at the end of that show, he's getting recruited for something. Or maybe it was something else. I don't know. Regardless, I don't know. Who knows? Whatever. Who gives a shit? I'm not going to make. I don't know enough. I'm dipping into waters that I don't know. So why would I bother? But yeah, I mean, I'll be curious to see some of the stuff. I don't know if I'm going to be like super pumped. We'll kind of see as we go along here how things go. But I said it before. I'll say it again. We got 3 phases of awesome content. As far as I'm considered, we're good to go. After this it is what it is. If it tanks completely and fails, I'll still be happy that we had the Infinity Saga. Solid films, 11 years. It was fantastic. I'll never be mad at it. This stuff they're trying. I understand. Like we had a big. It's going to quote a line from Frozen. Big summer blowout. We had a big finish with Endgame, and it's hard to then pivot and be like, all right, check out all these other characters. Then I'm like, I just don't care about them right now because I'm in love with all these other ones and all these other cool stuff. So it's just sort of like setting the stage. You got to lay the groundwork, and I think they're taking a similar approach. They're taking it slow, which I think is smart, but it's also the quantity is way higher, so it's a lot more to sort of sift through. And some of these characters, I just like. Listen, Echo was cool, and Hawkeye. I'm not looking forward to a show all about Echo, and I think we both talked about like Agatha from WandaVision. Very cool. Her entire show. I don't know. Listen, I'll watch them and I will judge them after the fact, but leading up to it, I'm like,
like we said off mic, Catherine Hahn is incredible. Absolutely adore her as an actor. And the character was really fucking cool. I just don't know what we're going to do. I don't know where the story, and it's not our job to figure that out. Nope. Obviously the writers figured it out, but I have a hard time figuring out like, where's that story? Where are we going to, what's this going to do for us? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of these feel like, and I'm sure again, they've thought it out. They've connected all these dots and they're going to take us through the journey. But a lot of these almost feel like, people like this character. We're going to throw them into a show and we'll loosely make a connection. Whereas initially it felt like we have X number of moves to make. How do we make those moves strategically?
Yeah.
And now it's just like, we're just throwing darts until we hit a bullseye. It's what it feels like. I'm not saying they're doing that, but it has felt like a slog,
Yeah.
And it worries me because, and it sucks to admit this, but it feels like I'm hitting a critical mass point in my fandom where I'm just like, oh man, I don't know. Like you had mentioned, it feels like homework, some of these series. And I don't want to get left in the dust because I like Marvel so much, but man, it's getting to be a lot, man.
There hasn't really been a lot that I would like strongly recommend to folks and go out of my way to be like, dude, you got to check this out. Yeah. Like, I stand by. I think Loki is phenomenal, totally worth a watch. I personally think Winter Soldier, Falcon and Winter Soldier is great. WandaVision is good.
WandaVision was really good. Actually.
Really good. Movie wise, Spider-Man: No Way Home, absolutely go see it. But other than that, everything else, I'm like, it's okay. But here's the same thing too. Might be that if you don't see this stuff, you don't fucking get the next movie that comes out because if you hadn't seen WandaVision, Doctor Strange is gonna be a little confusing.
Made no sense. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be giant components where you're like, wait a minute.
Right.
Huh?
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, Marvel has to know. They're not dummies. Like they've got to know that they're hitting a point. They're hitting a phase where they are going to potentially be alienating a lot of their audience. And I know their business model is probably cool. Get on Disney Plus then. Join us. Join us for this ride. That's only going to work for so many people. There is a good amount of people who are probably just going to say, you know what? I'm cashing out my chips. Yeah. It's been fun. I can't follow this anymore. You know, because like you said, not you were saying off mic, the casual viewer, you and I are insane. We're bonkers. Like there's no sane person should be following this as closely as we are. Yeah. And we are mild compared to a lot of people, but the average viewer is not going to put the time in to, like you just said, I got to research who the Thunderbolts are, and we both will. And the average person won't. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I'll still watch them, and we'll see what happens. Yeah. JF Potty Plant, welcome back, pal. He says, I agree with this Marvel topic. This must all be a big setup, or I hope so. Yeah, I'm with you. Like, yeah. I mean, I could see the formula here, like lay the groundwork and then we'll weave it all in. I'm looking forward to see like what they do with that, but it seems like a lot to do.
I think you hit the nail on the head when you said how many characters they're introducing, because we got, I mean, at the end of the day, when Infinity War happened, there was a lot of characters on screen, and God bless the Russos for figuring out how to juggle that, but it feels like what we got in 11 years, they just gave us in a year and a half.
Yeah.
Like that many characters. Like if you think about it.
Think of the cadence, right?
Yeah. It's just like we're getting like
Iron Man, which led to Nick Fury at the end of that one, right? And then you get Incredible Hulk, which also ties in Iron Man, which I remember was a huge moment because like, oh shit, he was in that other movie and now he's here in the end credit sequence. And then you get, what was it? Iron Man 2, I think, came out next. And then, which we got to see Black Widow. Yeah. And then Thor came out.
Then Cap.
And then Avengers 1.
Right.
And then I lose track after that. Like what else? Yeah. Everything else comes out.
But Iron Man 3 and yada yada yada.
Yeah. But then Iron Man 3 comes, and then like you're slowly integrating these things in, and we're compiling them, and we're meeting new people. The end credit sequences were like, whoa, who's this gonna be, or what's that? And then you get Guardians of the Galaxy, which I, to this day I think was one of the riskier ones because it's a whole bunch of new characters we don't even know, and fortunately we fell in love with all of them, and so on and so forth. Whereas now, especially because this is a big time commitment for all of this. It's a big time commitment to be like, I'm going to watch 6 hours of Miss Marvel. I'm going to watch 6 hours of Hawkeye. I'm going it's a tough swing to be like, cool. Take they build up some brand loyalty and some trust, but still it's like, ugh,
And just think about in the course of, like I said, like a year and a half in these series, like Miss Marvel. We got potentially 3 new characters out of that. We got Miss Marvel. We got the son who gets the powers. And then we have her brainy sidekick, right? Then we got Moon Knight, and I can't remember the female counterpart, but they both now have powers. Plus, Ethan Hawke's character could come back. So now we're up to 6 with just 2 series. Mm-hmm. We got Echo from Hawkeye. Mm-hmm. We got...
not to mention you got Kate, the new Hawkeye. Yeah, right?
We got, and from Doctor Strange, we got America, I think her name was. Yeah. The portal jump.
America.
And then, and I know I'm forgetting someone, but like,
I mean, again,
Loki,
you basically introduced, Kang, and plus the multiverse was in full swing with that as well.
So we're 10 plus characters in 3 shows, and it's mind numbing, Mm-hmm.
It's very, a lot.
Very tough to keep up. Yeah. So, I mean, everyone we'll have to wait and see. We'll see what they do. It also could be that Infinity War. Because think about it, we're 14 years out from where, from where we started. So we might have. I'm not saying we've aged out of it, but that might be our generation's Marvel, and they're teeing it up just the way that Miss Marvel and like the production style of some of these shows does seem to be geared toward a different generation, a different audience. So I'm wondering if that's what they're doing, is they're kind of resetting for the next generation. It takes 10 to 15 years, and then, on to the next. Well, actually, this one's not going to take. This one's going to take, 4 years?
Yeah.
To get through 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6.
Which you got, almost half the time, Yeah.
I'll say this, Marvel, if you're listening, which Kevin Feige listens to this every week, He's a secret Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
Don't DC this up. That's all I'll say.
Oh, I forgot about What If Part 2. Yeah, right? Because that's just like non-canon.
It wasn't on the list that we put
fun
on.
Stuff. Yeah.
Not in canon, but they folded that into canon in Doctor Strange.
No, not really.
You telling me the Zombie Strange wasn't part of, and then you got Captain Carter?
Yeah, that element. Yeah, that element is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
There were some elements.
It wasn't like full on, but they folded a few things in.
Yeah. The zombie one wasn't, though. That was just, that was just a thing. That wasn't.
I respectfully disagree.
That's cool. It's okay to be wrong. Speaking of Disney's business model, there was a hilarious article on the Direct that said Disney Plus blasted by parents group.
Tell me about it, Doug.
Disney Plus blasted by a whole group of parents. Yeah. Over R-rated Marvel movies. Yeah, so it's essentially, since Deadpool 1 and 2, Logan, and you can also lump in the Daredevil series, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones. We don't talk about the other one. Yeah. Apparently, the Parents Television and Media Council, I bet they're super fun to get together with, called out Disney in a scathing chastisement. The statement quotes President Tim Winter, who recalls Disney's 2019 promise not to add R-rated movies to its streaming platform, and says the company has decided to flush it all down the toilet with their decision to add these R-rated films. And then rejecting the efficacy of Disney Plus's parental controls, Winter asserts that the mere presence of R-rated and TVMA-rated content violates the trust and the sensibilities of families, and also claimed that business schools will point back to this abrupt corporate U-turn when discussing the downfall of the company.
I love when these alarmists get a platform and they're like, the business history will look back on this moment as the downfall of the Disney Corporation.
I love people. It's getting to the point now where people are like, man, you want to be on the right side of history. It's like, that's getting overused. Stop saying that. Please stop saying that.
You are very much diluting the what that message is supposed to be used for.
I love it. Here's a continuation of the quote. One day in the not-too-distant future, business schools will point back to this abrupt corporate U-turn as they analyze what happened to the once great Walt Disney Company. Sir, that day has already come and gone as to what the potential downfall will be, by the way. And in the meantime, families will continue to be woefully underserved by Hollywood. Sir, did you know there's a Sing 2 out right now, available on Netflix? Did you see the Minions movie, sir? Yeah. Sir, did you know Bluey's available on Disney Plus, sir? How about the
woefully underserved?
Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here! Eat shit.
Up until this point, this entire platform was geared to serving the youth. So don't tell me it's woefully underserved by Hollywood. Get the fuck out of here! It's more served now by Hollywood than it ever has been.
And I also
more content pumping into that.
It's also like, hey, man, Disney can't tell the future either, man. They didn't have any idea they're going to be able to buy Fox and get these properties back. And what are they supposed to do when they buy it? Not have them anywhere available? Like, that's crazy. Everyone has 1 to 2 uncles that are loose-lipped or idiots. Bad things are out there. It's up to the parents to watch their damn kids, just like not leaving your kids with that uncle.
Yes.
Thank you, potty plant. I agree, man. Like, this... I actually talked about this with Jill on our walk today, about how I brought it up, just because I'm so sick of the, what am I supposed to tell my kids? Like, It's fucking TV, man. It's TV. Right. It's not that difficult, all right? It's not that hard to be like, hey, don't watch that. Or, I don't know, use the parental controls. When I told Natalie said she wanted to pull up The Amazing Spider-Man on Netflix, she was on her profile. Guess what? She couldn't find the movie because it didn't reach those things I sign in as our portfolio in order to pull up that movie. It's the same thing here. Whenever they brought Daredevil on there, all of a sudden it's like, hey, just so you know, how do you want to set up this account? They made everyone choose. Do you want to be able to see mature? Yeah. Right. Do you want to be able to see mature content? And I'm like, from a purely business standpoint, it's like someone bought something and now they're not allowed to capitalize on it. It's like, fuck you. Like, eat shit. And it's okay. So they put it on there, and they also put it behind a parental check wall. Who cares?
Yeah,
like,
guess what? It works.
Yeah.
They set this up to help you parent.
And also, you know what? I can't wait till Natalie can watch Deadpool.
Yes.
Like, I can't wait. Like, that's going to be so much fun. And I don't worry about her turning on Logan, because she'll turn it on and get bored instantly. Like, she will have zero interest in that film. She will not like it at all.
She does not want to watch a character study.
No.
Set in a superhero background.
She does not want to see a Western tragedy, like she does not want to see that play out. And, the Deadpools are fun and silly, but she won't understand any of it. Like it's not. So I just, oh my God, I get so mad at these folks that are just like, I can't believe that blah, blah, blah. I'm like, fuck you. I was like, you know what? Go have a conversation with your kids about school shootings. All right. Have that conversation. All right. See if that's fun. Okay.
Yeah.
Like I asked that to Jill. I go, is there a conversation you're not looking forward to having with Natalie? She goes, really, it's school shooting stuff, because Natalie's going to go to public school and they're probably going to do an active shooter drill. And it's either we tell her now and she might be scared to go to school, or we wait and she comes back. She's like, yo, what the fuck, guys? I had to do this thing.
Heart to heart. Well, why didn't you tell me about this?
I had to do this thing, like at school, where we were hiding from someone with a gun. What's that all about? And I was like, yeah, that'll kind of suck. Because you've got to understand that you want these kids to hang on to their innocence.
Absolutely.
But you have to infuse real life in doses so that they understand. And we talked about this off mic earlier, but like Natalie has to understand that the world doesn't give a shit about her.
Yeah.
That Natalie, I'm not going to tell her this, but she's not the hero of the story. None of us are. We're not. Right. None of us are the hero. But at the same time, I need her to be a good human. So I need her to understand that the world is brutal, and that bit by bit we'll feed in pieces. And I love using content to help with that. When she sees things like even Venom, right, can be a tale of, hey, why don't we bite people's faces? Why don't we bite people's heads off? Why don't we do that? It's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm so, when I see this stuff, it just sets me off, man. I get so fucking pissed. Like I've always pissed, but I was like, maybe I'll change my tune when I'm a parent. Nope. Still don't give a shit. Like, fuck you.
Because you're fucking logical. That's why. Because you understand. And you know what it is? It has nothing to do with, it's the parents who are prudes, and it's the parents who are uptight. And I don't want to, you know what? I'm not even going to go there. It's not even worth opening up that can of worms.
Yeah.
He says, yeah, Tony Stark is.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Agreed, Tint. Agreed. No, it's the parents who you need to parent. I say this and I'm not even a parent, but fuck you. You need to parent better. Actually, be active in what your kids are watching.
Yeah. And also explain to them, hey, this show isn't for you and here's why.
Right.
Because I can tell you right now, I would love to watch Daredevil with Natalie. She wouldn't like it.
Right.
She wouldn't enjoy it at all.
When I was 13, and here's the thing, you can't stop. When I was 13, my friend had a birthday party and he wanted to go see Con Air, and his parents didn't care. And so I went and they took us. My mom would have never let me see Con Air at 13, and rightfully so. It's violent and it's Steve Buscemi's creepy as shit.
Yeah.
And it's not a movie for, is it the worst movie? No, it's definitely not a movie for a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
And but guess what? I saw it. Shit happens.
Yeah.
And did I turn out to be, a convict or a Cameron Poe? No, I'm fine. I'm relatively well adjusted. That's not what fucked me up. Many other things did, but not Con Air.
Yeah.
So guess what?
My brother used to go stay at a friend's house and they would watch Terminator, Aliens, like all those fucking action movies from the 90s and the 80s. My brother would come back and recite them to me. Like, dude, this happened. I was like, whatever. I don't, it is what it is, man. Like everyone can at a certain time we'll be able to process those movies and things like that, and you know, you're especially when you hit your teens, you're gonna be so curious to watch that shit. And again, if Natalie's 12 and I think she's ready for it, I'll be like, do you want to watch Deadpool? Let's have some fun. Like, I'm totally cool with that. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, if she can handle it and thinks she's ready for it, I'm like, yeah, watch it with your dad. Like, I don't give a fuck. Let's have fun.
Right.
Let's watch Ryan Reynolds and, you know, get pegged by his girlfriend, you know, on Valentine's Day or whatever it was, you know, like, it'll be great.
Because you have an open communication and you trust your daughter.
Yeah, of course I do.
What, you know, yeah. You know, it's these people who feel this way, they're just not being practical about things. They're not being practical. And it bugs me because you, my friend, are so practical.
I am.
You got the questions, we got the answers. All you do is ask. Practical, 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 practical. Ask Practical Doug.
Woo, I feel like it's been a while since we did an Ask Practical Doug.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
So if this is your first time here for an Ask Practical Doug, there is a small Doug that lives inside large Doug, and that is known as Practical Doug. And Practical Doug guides Big Doug on most of life's adventures and has kept him out of trouble on many occasions. And we've got an interesting Ask Practical Doug. So real quick, before we go into this, if you want to ask Practical Doug a question and you want it answered in a very practical way, you can either join us live on the stream, and you can ask it in the stream here. You can join our Discord and ask. There's a whole channel devoted to Ask Practical Doug. Or on social media, you can hashtag Ask Practical Doug and, you know, at us as well, and, you know, let us know, and you can get your question answered, your burning question.
For the record, I had someone in the Discord ask a Practical Doug question about bath bombs, and by golly, I helped answer it. So thank you, Zinni.
And who knows, that might get pulled and put on here. You don't know. You never know. Anything can happen. So today, we have a little bit of a non-traditional Ask Practical Doug. We found this website called Neil.fun. And we've talked in the past, we did a whole show on paradoxes, and we talked about the trolley problem, right? It's an ethical problem where basically you've got a trolley track splits into two, and on one side of the track, there is like 5 people, and on one side, there's 1 person, and you're standing at the switch. And the idea is, do you flip the switch and kill 1 person, 5 people? There's different variations. And it basically goes back to the utilitarian, the greater good kind of concept of ethics. So this is 28 different iterations of that, and we thought it'd be fun to do a lightning round, if you will. And hold on. We thought it would be fun.
I'm so excited for this. So here's some backstory. Justin sent this to me.
Do a lightning round.
Nice. Well done. Justin sent this to me, and I went through like the first 6, and then I stopped. I was like, we have to save this for Ask Practical Doug. Like, this is so good. Like, this is so good. So
what we're gonna do is Doug's gonna put this on the screen for anyone watching the stream, and I'm going to pose the questions to Doug, and he's gonna answer them. So if you're watching the stream, you get to see what we're seeing. There's little animations and everything, which is quite fun. So here we go. Practical Doug, the absurd trolley problems. Level 1. This is the original. It says, oh no, a trolley is headed towards 5 people. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, killing 1 person instead. What do you do?
You got to pull the lever. You got to pull the lever. You got to kill the 1 person. Right. Save the most. Splat.
77% of people agree with you. How about that?
Next.
All right. Level 2. 4 people. Oh no, a trolley is headed towards 5 people. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, killing 4 people instead. What do you do?
Still got to go the lesser of evils. You got to pull the lever, kill 4 people.
Saving that 1 extra on the original track. All right, cool. Only 66% agree with you there. So life savings, Doug. Now here's where it gets interesting. Oh no, a trolley is headed towards 5 people. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, but then your life savings will be destroyed. Doug, what do you do?
I don't think I'd be able to live with myself knowing I would have my money, my life savings, and 5 people would be dead. So I am going to pull the lever for my life
You're
savings.
pulling the lever?
Mhm.
All right. You're killing that life savings. Boom.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to live with myself.
69% agree. Level 4, you. A trolley is heading towards 5 people. Now, you can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, but you're tied to it, so you would sacrifice yourself instead. So what do? You sacrifice yourself, or do you let 5 people?
Without context, I would like to think that I would sacrifice myself, so I'm going to pull the lever because again, it's math.
You're a good person, Doug.
It's math. Yeah,
40
most of the people didn't agree with that one.
Level 5, priceless painting. Oh no, this is an easy one. A trolley is headed towards 5 people. You can pull the lever, deliver to the other track, but on the other track is the original copy of the Mona Lisa, and it will be destroyed. What do you do?
Mona Lisa, get fucked.
That's right. That's an easy one. 84% of people agree. Number 6, bribes. A trolley is heading toward a rich man. The rich man offers you $500,000 to pull the lever, which would divert the trolley and kill someone else. So what do you do? So you've got one person on each track. On one of the tracks is a rich person offering you $500,000 to kill the other guy.
So this is basically comes down to logic versus emotion.
Yep.
Because logic says you're killing one person no matter what. And one person can offer you something for it. So you should take that. The emotion is fuck that guy. Just because that guy has money doesn't mean that his life is worth more than the other person. Unfortunately, without context, again, I'm gonna have to pull the lever because I'm gonna come out practical Doug's like you come out the other end. Again, I don't know these people or anything like that, so I'm gonna pull the lever and I'm gonna take the money.
40% of people agree with you, man.
I know. I agree.
You're in the minority there.
I agree.
7. Levels of sentience. So a trolley is heading toward 5 lobsters. You can pull it and divert it to the other track, but you're going to kill a cat instead. So do you kill 5 lobsters or 1 cat, Doug?
Here's the thing. The lobsters are probably worth more than the cat because you could sell them to a restaurant. But Tint says, fuck the rich. I'm with you, Tint. I hear that. I hear that. I agree. But this is so easy to do because they're fucking lobsters. You know,
right.
Like it's like, what do you save? Do you save the crab or the dolphin? You know, it's like you're gonna save the dolphin. So sorry, crabs or lobsters, adios, splat.
You're doing nothing.
Doing nothing.
You're letting it go by. All right, 86% agree with you, Dougie.
Yeah,
I probably would have said the cat. Anyway, sleeping. Oh no, a trolley's heading towards 5 people who are sleeping and they won't feel pain. Now you can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, but someone is there and they are wide awake. So do you kill 5 sleeping people who will never know, or do you kill one person who's wide awake?
I kind of have to go with the idea that because they won't know, then it runs counter to like the numbers, right? The math on it. Yeah. But the fact that they're sleeping and they won't know and they won't suffer, I gotta run them over. So I'm gonna do nothing.
So you're doing nothing.
Woo! In the minority on that one.
Yep, 36% of people. Level 9, personal choices. A trolley is heading towards 5 people who tied themselves to the track. Now you can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, killing one person who accidentally tripped onto the track instead and apparently accidentally tied themselves up with a rope too.
Yeah, so this one's
5
easy.
People who are willing to die.
Yeah. I'm do nothing. Do nothing. Kill the people who are willing to die. That's their choice.
There you go. 87% of people agree with you on that one. Number 10, mercy. Oh no, a trolley's heading towards 5 people. The lever just speeds up the trolley, which might make it less painful. So which one do you do?
I haven't gotten this far before, so this is all brand new.
Oh, this is new to you. Oh, great. I love
mercy. It might make it less painful. I guess I'm going to pull the lever and kill one person?
No.
Oh, gotcha.
Speeds the trolley up. So that one person's living regardless. Do you pull the lever and kill the 5 quicker, which may make it less painful, but it's not guaranteed? Or do you do nothing and let the trolley take care of itself and you're not a part of it at all?
I'm going to pull the lever.
You are? Okay.
I got to take that that chance that kills them faster.
Yeah. You want to maybe help if you can.
I love Potty Plant goes, might?
Exactly.
I got to take the chance.
11, minor inconvenience. So a trolley is heading towards one guy. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, but then your Amazon package will be late. What do you do?
I'm going to pull that lever I don't need my Amazon
so you're
package.
Gonna get, man, you paid for next day shipping, Doug.
Man, how to be the
87% of people.
How'd you like to be the 13%? They're like, I need my package now. I'm willing to let someone die for it.
Fucking, it's either sociopaths or 13-year-olds who are just like, I'm gonna click no.
Fuck
All right, number
this
12,
one.
best friend. Oh no, a trolley is heading towards your best friend. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, killing 5 strangers instead. What do? You kill your bestie or you kill 5 people?
Practical Doug says, unfortunately, I gotta let my best friend die. Like, it's math. I know I've been inconsistent with that, but I'm gonna do nothing. Wow, I'm in the minority on that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, that's a tough one. I don't know which way I would go on that one. I feel like I would have to go.
If it was 1-to-1, that's an easier one. But it's like, man, 5 people can live. Like, yeah, it sucks.
You would hope that the best friend would go, "Hey, man, I get it.
Yeah,
like I know Practical Doug."
Oh wow. The tent says,
so
letting a friend die would haunt me. Yeah, it's basically gonna haunt me now.
Yeah, level 13, you can't see. So a trolley is heading towards 5 people. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, killing 1 person instead. At least that's what you think is happening. You forgot your glasses and you can't see well. So what do?
I guess
you pull it and divert, but you're not sure.
I feel like you got to do your best instincts. And if your instincts are telling you to divert, then you got to rely on them, right? Because if you can't see, I'm going to pull it. 50-50. I mean, that's a 50-50 question, really.
That's actually very true. So I hope people continue to vote as such. Number 14, cousins, kissing cousins. In fact, a trolley is heading towards one of your first cousins. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, killing 3 of your second cousins instead. What do?
I don't have cousins, so this is a math one. So first cousin, do nothing.
Do nothing. Bye. 71% of people agree with you on that one. All right. Number 15, age. A trolley is heading towards 5 elderly people. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, but you're going to kill a baby instead.
Sorry, old people. You had your time. It's over. Adios.
That's where I was on that as well.
Save the baby.
76% of people.
And I would like to think that those old people would also be like, yeah, we don't want to be here anymore.
Except that one old person at the end's like, no, let me live.
No.
Number 16, clones. A trolley is barreling toward 5 identical clones of you. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, sacrificing yourself instead. What do? Potty Plant says that first cousin's a douche. Why is his hat backwards? So anyone watching the stream, you're getting a little
Clones aren't people. Easy. Yeah? Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I feel like this one, I thought this one would be easier for you.
Yeah, I guess you got to do the clones because you can always make a clone of yourself. You can always make more, I suppose. But the clones are also real? So you're still killing other people? But I guess it's you versus them. I mean, I don't know. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, so I'm going to kill the clones.
Okay, cool. So you got 85% of people agree with you. Well done. Okay, number 17, mystery box. A trolley is heading towards a mystery box with a 50% chance of containing 2 people. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, hitting a mystery box with a 10% chance of 10 people instead. What do? Now, this is for a mind far greater than mine.
Wait, so
I feel like those numbers work out evenly.
Well, here's the thing. I don't understand the question because it's like if you pull the lever to divert it, hitting a mystery box with a 10% chance of hitting 10 people, is it still 10% chance of 10 and 90% chance of 1 person?
No, there's a 10%. I think there's a 10% chance that there's 10 people and a 90% chance that there's no people.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And a 50% chance that there's 2 people. So it's a better chance that someone's in that 2 people are in that box, but you're killing less if they are in the box.
Yeah.
So Tint, thank you. That's what I assumed. Tint says each option has the same average people killed.
Gotcha.
But do you take a 50% chance or a 10% chance, but it's more people?
Listen, I've played XCOM. I know a 50% chance is basically, a chance that's not going to hit. So I'm going with do nothing.
All right. 50% is a guarantee. Splat. 46% of people agree with you on that one. Here we go. 18. I am a robot. Oh no, a trolley's heading towards 5 sentient robots. You can pull the lever to divert to the other track, but you're going to kill 1 human instead.
Oh man. Here we go. Racism. Robots can fix themselves, so I'm going to do nothing. And
love it. 83% of people fully agree with that.
Yeah.
I do think it's interesting. Yep. I do think it's interesting that we were just talking about AI not too long ago, and that comes up. But anyway, a trolley is heading towards 3 empty trolleys worth $900,000. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, hitting 1 empty trolley for $300,000 instead. What do? I don't fully understand why.
Pulling the lever.
I don't understand why this is a.
What 20% people would be like, nah, hit the 3 worth $900,000. Like, why would they want to do that? I don't
understand what the problem is.
I hate property.
But yeah,
I hate public transportation.
All right, level 20, external costs. A trolley is releasing 100 kilograms of CO2 per year, which will kill 5 people over 30 years. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, hitting a brick wall and decommissioning the trolley. What do?
This is like, do you believe in climate change or not, right?
I know. It's like, but are there people on the trolley?
Yeah, right?
That's the other question.
I mean, assuming that there's not, then,
pull that lever.
But here's the thing. More trolleys will just replace this one. You know what I mean? Not unless we codify it into law, like our ability to fight climate change, will this ever really make a difference, you know?
And also the production of those additional trolleys, what's that going to pump into the...
Right?
No?
I'm going to do nothing.
He's going to do nothing.
Yeah.
Where's he at? 47% of people agree with you.
Yeah.
Tint agrees. Tint agrees with you. Decommissioning a trolley would result in another one being built.
Yeah, right.
With additional carbon footprint. All right. Here we go. 21, reincarnation. You are a reincarnated being who will eventually be reincarnated as every person in this classic trolley problem. So what do? If you kill you, if you kill you.
I guess just the single you. So pull the lever.
Pull the lever? Yeah. All right, cool. 58% of people agree with that. There we go. Harmless prank? Oh no, a trolley is heading towards nothing, but you kind of want to prank the trolley driver. What do?
We got to pull the lever.
I mean, I think so, right?
Right.
This one is 59% of people. I'm shocked at how split this one is.
I know, right?
All right. 23, citizens. A trolley is headed towards a good citizen. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, running over someone who litters instead. Doug, what do?
Listen, all else being equal, if they're equal in every other aspect but the other person litters, you got to kill them. You got to
pull that lever, baby.
Pull the lever. You got to do it.
74% of people agree with that. Number 24, eternity. Oh no, due to construction error, a trolley is stuck in an eternal loop. If you pull the lever, the trolley will explode. But if you don't, the trolley and its passengers will go in circles for eternity. What do, Doug? So apparently passengers do exist on this trolley.
That modifies some previous answers. Well, I'd say that the idea of eternity would suck. I think it's a curse, not a gift. So I would end their suffering and I would pull the lever.
Pull that lever. Boom. 46% of people agree with that, Douglas. Number 25, enemy. Oh no, a trolley is headed towards your worst enemy. You can pull the lever to divert the trolley and save them, or you can do nothing and no one will ever know. Practical Doug, what do?
Even if they're my worst enemy, I can't kill them. Like, not like this. Like, that's not the way to do it. They're going to die on my terms.
I was going to say
saw-like, contraptions. Not because some stupid-ass trolley. I'm going to pull the lever. I'm going to let them live. And then I'm going to hold it over them and be like, just remember, I saved your fucking life, you piece of shit.
I'm going to pull the lever. I'm going to snap the lever off, and then I'm going to drive it into their throat.
Yeah, I'm going to sodomize you with it.
People agree with that. Number 26, lifespan. A trolley is heading towards a person and will lower their lifespan by 50 years. Now, you can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, and that's going to lower the lifespan of 5 people by 10 years each instead. So what do? Do you lower one person's lifespan by 50 or 5 people's by 10?
God, why does this seem... Oh, it's just the same problem, just from a different angle. Holy shit. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'd hate to take 50 years off of one person, so I think I'm going to, diversify
The thing is, 50 years could be a life sentence to someone.
Right.
So I would say the vast majority of people probably have 10 years to spare.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull the lever. Yeah.
All right, pull the lever. Let's see where we're at. 65% of people agree with you on this one. Number 27, time machine. A trolley is heading towards 5 people. You can pull the lever to divert it to the other track, sending the trolley into the future to kill 5 people 100 years from now. So do you kill 5 people now or 5 people 100 years from now?
Listen, I don't like kicking the can down the road. So I think we got to kill the people now. We've got to take care of it now.
Do nothing. Love it.
Yeah.
So 35% of people agree with you.
Yeah, I'm not killing people in the future.
People are killing people down the road. Can you imagine just being la-di-da-di-da and all of a sudden a trolley...
This portal just comes out, just... Oh, God!
What? Now, are those people attached to train tracks is what I want to know.
Another good question.
Number 28, free will. Oh, no, a trolley problem is playing out before you. Do you actually have a choice in this situation, or has everything been predetermined since the universe began?
I don't believe in fate. I have a choice.
All right, I have a choice. You just killed one person, Doug, and 62% of people believe in you. Congratulations. You solved philosophy, and you killed 65 people.
Do I win? Am I on the leaderboard? That was fun.
There you go.
And that is Practical Doug.
Oh, my gosh. We will be coming back to this Neil.fun for more things down the road.
Yeah, that was a ton of fun. And thank you to Tint and Potty Plant for playing along. That was
absolutely, guys.
A lot of fun. Thank you for your perspective on that stuff. That was excellent. Got to do it one more time and get 69.
Oh,
You're
man.
absolutely right. Well, that was so much fun. Justin, what do you have to recommend this week?
I'm going to recommend on Netflix. It's a movie called The Gray Man. It stars Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans and other people. And it's look, it's not a movie that you're going to go Oscar, totally. But it is a movie that it harkens back to 90s action fun. Like it's a movie that has like action on action. It's just fucking fun. It's by the Russo brothers.
Nice.
So we already know we like their style. Chris Evans plays a wonderful lunatic, just an absolute wonderful sociopath. And Ryan Gosling is a certified badass. It is such a good, and apparently it has already been greenlit for a sequel. Wow. And I think I heard a spinoff, which I'm not thrilled about, but it's got a sequel coming out. Man, it's cool. It's just a fun, again, it's all it is adrenaline. So if you want just a fun action movie, I would strongly recommend The Gray Man. Also, I love the concept of someone being denoted as the Gray Man. Like he's trained to be a ghost. Here's the thing. It's no different than The Bourne. It's no, like you've seen this character before, but it's done in a different way. And the action is ratcheted up far past what the Bourne movies show you. So
nice.
Yeah. Give it a watch. Pop some popcorn and give it a watch. Doug, what do you got?
Randomly last night, I found this YouTube channel called Mick Maz Music. It's MICKMAZZ Music. And all this guy does is take popular songs, like the playlist is like a whole bunch of songs I grew up loving, and he turns them into 80s covers. And like, for example, it's Cute Without the E by Taking Back Sunday as an 80s version. My Friends Over You by Newfound Glory as an 80s cover. Lit's My Own Worst Enemy as an 80s cover. And he does a really good job. It's really fun. And I found myself being like, well, I guess I know what I'm doing for the next 45 minutes is I'm going to listen to all these fucking songs. And I had a blast. So Mick Maz Music, MICKMAZZ Music. Go subscribe. The guy is just pumping this stuff out, and it's highly entertaining. And also, like, the videos he does are like 80s style videos. They're very entertaining. So highly recommend that. Makes me feel good just thinking about it. All right, gang.
I was just thinking of the Mickey Mouse theme song. I'm like, could we make that? MICKMAZZ
MUSIC. Hey,
it works.
Hey, how about that? Fuck your mother. Guys, check us out on all of our social media at Mind Gap Podcast. And also, please, youtube.com/MindGapPodcast. Hit the subscribe button. Let's get us to 300 subs, right? Hit the like button. Yes. Support us. Leave a comment down below. Help the algorithm out. That would be delightful. And, if you're listening to us on the podcast, please rate, please review. It means a lot. Again, that engagement helps us out a ton, and we grossly appreciate it. And please don't forget to follow Justin online as well.
On Instagram and Twitter at Justin_Michael, spelled Mikel. It's the fun way of spelling it. And while you're in the online realm, check us out on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, Podbean, Good Pods, all the places where you can find and consume quality podcasts. You can find and consume us. And like Doug said, share, like, subscribe, rate, review, all those things. The big one for us is sharing. Let people know we exist because we want to be validated for our existence. It means a lot to us. And then 2east8th.com, and keep an eye on all of 2 East 8th social medias.
Yeah. Well, thank you all for hanging out with us. This was a delight as always. And of course, Justin, thank you.
Douglas, thank you.
Hey, chat, thank you.
Listeners, thank you.
And you all have a dandy fucking week. Recording has stopped. Woo. Gang, thanks so much for hanging out. Potty Plant, always good to hear from you, pal. And thanks for
swinging by, buddy.
Dude, and not only that, I've really enjoyed just seeing what great stuff you're getting into on the snack circuit, man.
Right after we had him on the podcast, he got that Warhead soda. I was like, oh, buddy.
I was like, oh, baby.
Also, I know you don't do video reviews, but I would love to actually hear your thoughts on how that soda was. But yes.
Yeah, right?
Thumbs up. Oh, it must be good.
Yeah, I'm definitely, when I see some of that stuff, I'm just like, man, I wonder what it tastes like. I'm curious. And I think I would have the willpower to just take a taste and then stop. I think I would be able to do it and be like, yeah, I'm good. I don't need all that. So keep doing the Lord's work, Potty Plant. We appreciate you giving us the inside scoop on all this stuff. You're a great dude. And Ted, thank you for also, your logic is always appealing to me. I appreciate you. And thanks for tuning in, man. I'm trying to take a break, but the boxes keep coming, right? You got to review when the boxes come in.
Send them to Mind Gap HQ. We'll help you review them.
That's right. We'll take care of that for you. We'll help you out. Yeah. We'll help you, and we'll give you our reviews for what it's worth.
There you
go. Thank you all for tuning in, and don't forget this Saturday, 8 p.m. Central. That's Saturday, July the 30th. We'll be doing Ultimate Chicken Horse. Come hang out for that. Should be a really good time. And until next time, you all be cool to each other. Stay safe, and we love you. Bye.